connecting all of the health professionals together that can support the cancer survivors with their side effects, where you're coming from the other angle of the patient point of view and how to support them. So it complements really well together.
I think it's important for the two groups to talk because medicine is very interventional for good reason.
Mm.
Um, and the cancer treatments can be very successful, but it isn't capable, nor should it be, I think, of dealing with that post-cancer phase. That's a place where the patient has to step up, and they have to learn to step up in uncertainty, which is very difficult to do. It's way outside their comfort zone. One of my guests on the podcast tells a great story. I tell this story all the time. His name's Eric Weinmayer. He is a renowned mountain climber, but at age 16, he went blind. So you can imagine the rage and the fury, the confusion, everything he went through. He went on to climb Everest, the seven summits, and he spent 8 years training to raft the Colorado River rapids. Now, I tell this story for a reason. Eric divides the world into three groups, and the groups are fluid. We all move between all these groups. The first group are quitters. They're self-evident. That's about 20% of the people. The largest group are campers. They do not want anything to change. They do not want to get out of their comfort zone. And in all fairness to them, they may be so beaten up by life that they don't want to put their head outside the foxhole.
Mm.
Then very few people are climbers. And I think you have to ask yourself in the context of cancer, what does it take to become a climber for life after cancer? And it's a complex question. There are complex answers, and it's totally individualized. But I think there are basic pieces of uncertainty that everybody faces: health and recovery after treatment, fear of recurrence that never leaves. You will live with that the rest of your life, most likely. Maybe you have a different body. Maybe your social circles have shifted. The lack of control is just astonishing. And I think you have to look at how you reestablish control. And my favorite medical reference actually on that is Dean Ornish's paper. I think he did it back in 2008 or 9. And he took a group of men with prostate cancer and he divided them into two groups. One went to lifestyle boot camp, one did not. The guys who went to lifestyle boot camp had to pay attention to what they ate, what they thought. They had to get involved in stress reduction. They had to talk to each other. That was a big one.
Mm.
And oh, what was the other one? Exercise. They had to integrate exercise into their lives. The results were astonishing. The men that were in lifestyle boot camp had their average PSA levels drop significantly, and no one required further intervention. So while that study is specific to prostate cancer, I think it lays the groundwork for very practical, actionable things that any individual can do when facing creating a new life after cancer, particularly from a perspective of health.